You'll learn a lot and feel great right after the session where your coach is over, but you feel frustrated and stuck because your body completely resets over the 7-day gap. By the next session, your body has forgotten almost everything. Sound familiar? Today's focus is using the ACEMATE Tennis Robot S10 as your hitting partner during that gap to keep your muscle memory sharp. Now let me show you exactly how to fix it. The ACEMATE Tennis Robot S10 is an advanced, AI-powered ball machine designed to mimic a real human player. With this machine, you're able to practice what your coach taught you for as long as you want in your spare time. Now let me guess 3 things you've been working on with your coach. 1. Hitting deep shots. 2. Playing it safer. And 3. Moving your feet more. Ever worked on one of these with your coach? Let me explain exactly how the ACEMATE Tennis Robot S10 can work with you to lock them in. If you open up the ACEMATE app on your phone, you'll find a library of over 45 drills to choose from. To target our depth, we're going to run the center baseline left cross-court, or center baseline right cross-court presets on the S10 to lock deep targets into the large baseline box. With these specific modes in the ACEMATE app, you can practice both static feeds and live, interactive rallies, just like you would with a human coach standing right across from you. But here's what your coach cannot do on court, but the machine does. It gives you instant shot analytics with digital data right on your phone, showing you exactly where every single ball bounced. Think about a standard lesson. Your coach feeds a ball, you hit it, and it's gone. You don't actually know if it was 3 inches short or 2 feet long. Using this live app data, you will know precisely how many of your shots landed perfectly deep in that baseline box versus how many dropped short in front of the service line. When you begin, start entirely with the feeding mode on the machine. This allows you to isolate the physical mechanics without worrying about random ball trajectories. Use this time to isolate whatever specific technical cue your coach taught you to generate depth. Whether that's keeping your wrist stable to lift your elbow higher on the finish, or consciously creating a clean, high arc on your ball to clear the net safely. Once you see your number improving on the screen and feel comfortable with the baseline rhythm, switch the machine over to a rally mode. This forces you to react to a ball that returns at a pace corresponding to your own shot power, making things a bit more challenging and forcing you to repeat the movement under pressure. This progressive setup works perfectly because you get to refine the micro details in feed mode first, entirely at your own pace. Once that physical feeling is truly locked into your muscles, you can smoothly transition to open rally drills that introduce bigger compound body movements like dynamic footwork adjustments and fast physical positioning. Now let's address the second major issue. Whenever you play a practice match or tiebreak with your coach, you probably tend to miss by aiming far too close to the lines. This is exactly when coaches tell you to play safer. To train this with the machine, we're going to execute the forehand or backhand cross-court rally presets to simulate live, high percentage match situations. Every real tennis match involves cross-court rallies, and consistency in these long patterns is absolutely key to winning weekend matches. The machine is uniquely suited for practicing this because it features an attached collection net. If you hit outside the safe parameters or spray the ball too far away from the intended target zone, the machine's collection system won't catch your shot. When you're running these cross-court drills, focus your mind entirely on letting the machine comfortably catch ball in its central zone. If you notice that you're making the collection netting move widely or shake too much to the left or right, it means your target accuracy was a bit off and you're playing with margins that are way too small for a real match. Again, follow the exact same progression. Start out a controlled feeding mode to lock in your coach's direct technical advice, whether that's adding more heavy topspin by brushing up the back of the ball, or focusing on striking the clean center of the ball. Once you check your post-drill app heat map and see a dense cluster of a target safely inside the lines, Move on to the live rally mode to test yourself against unexpected variations. Finally, let's talk about the absolute foundation of your consistency: footwork. No matter how great your follow-through is, or how perfect your upper body close looks, if you aren't physically in the right position relative to the bounce, your stroke will collapse. To fix this common breakdown, we're going to lead the deep, shallow fading drill, deep court down the line, or deep court cross-court configurations. Deep and shallow drills are fantastic for mastering forward and backward movement, which in my experience is something a lot of weekend players really struggle with. If lunging forward cleanly into a low ball is something your coach has been nagging you about, keep that specific structural cue in your head and work on it continuously during this segment. The deep court down the line and cross-court drills are even more challenging because they combine everything your coach asks of you into a single point. These drills perfectly replicate a real match situation by forcing you to hit into a big baseline square, aim a full racket length inside the lines, and keep your feet constantly moving before, during, and after the hit. If you are ready to upgrade your training schedule from just 1 hour of practice to at least 7 hours of high quality practice per week, check out the ACEMATE Tennis Robot S10. I have placed a direct link to their website in the description below.